action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. Now this is going to be a pretty quickie news video. I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I've got the new Spider-Man game I just got today, so I want to go play that. Also, I've got Iron Fist, the second season of Iron Fist that has debuted on Netflix starting today, so I want to start watching that. So also really just been kind of a slow news week this week. So just going to go over a few things here pretty quickly. So first thing I wanted to touch upon is just some Marvel Legends stuff that has actually started to hit. So many of you had been asking me about the MCU Marvel Legends set with the Iron Man Mark 1 and Tony Stark 2-pack that's a Walmart exclusive. You know, when was that going to be released? We'd been seeing all the others, but that one for some reason had not yet been released by Walmart. It has now been released. It is available on their website. I will put a link to that in the video description below. It's probably started hitting stores as well. I checked my Walmart today. They didn't have it, of course, but definitely if you want to pick it up now, you can get it on their website. And then the final MCU set that those of us here in the United States at least are still waiting on, which is the one that was previously going to be a Toys R Us exclusive with the Iron Man, Pepper Potts, and the Mandarin / Trevor figure. That is now going to be made available on Amazon. It is on the website now, up for pre-order, and they are listing that with a September 15th release date. One other note for Marvel Legend fans, the second wave of Toy Biz vintage figures, the 6-inch vintage figures, that is currently gone up for pre-order at places, and we'll start seeing release next month in October. Now, while we're on the subject of Marvel figures, Hot Toys today released official images for their SpiderPunk figure, 12-inch SpiderPunk. Now, technically, this is for the new game, based on the new game, PlayStation 4 video game, but you know, of course, we're more familiar with Spider-Punk, I think, with the comics. But nevertheless, you know, Hot Toys is doing a version of Spider-Punk. We saw this at San Diego Comic-Con. The figure's going to have multiple pairs of eyes. He's got the spikes on his head. He's got the jean jacket with the sleeveless jean jacket. He's got his guitar. I like the detailing on the guitar, and like the Marvel Legend version that was just white. This one's got red with the webbing on it and everything, so I like that. He's got some web effect pieces, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure what the spider gadget thing that he has. He comes with some kind of spider gadget. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. And he has some pretty cool looking Spider-Man tennis shoes as well. So that figure is going to be going up for pre-order, if not already at the time of this video going up. Should be very shortly afterwards. So just check your favorite retailer for pre-order listings on that. And one other thing I wanted to note, as far as Spider-Man figures for the PlayStation game, there is a Marvel Legend version of the actual Spider-Man with that special spider suit that he wears in the game. There is a Marvel Legend figure. It's going to be a GameStop exclusive. We've talked about that before. But one thing I noticed on the website, the GameStop website, it's been listed on the GameStop website for some time, but I believe they've changed the release date on it. I want to say originally they were listing it with like a November release date, but now it looks like they're listing it with December 30th, so at the very end of the year. I don't know how concrete those release dates on the GameStop website are, but I just wanted to note, and again, I can't even say 100%, maybe that's what it always was, I'm not 100% sure, but now it's at least listing at the end of the year. So you would have kind of thought they would have tried to get the figure out about the same time as the video game, but it's not looking so. Now the 3 3/4 inch version is on the website and not available for purchase, but you can look it up to see if it's in a store. It doesn't look like any stores actually have it in stock yet, so I don't know. I've also heard that Mergers, which I don't have any near me, I think that's how you say that department store, but they have started to get those Gameverse 2-packs, the 3 3/4 inch ones. So if you were looking to pick those up, and those have like the Street Fighter figures with Ryu and such in it, so if you're looking to get those, then and you have a Merger store, you might want to start checking there. I haven't heard of any other place getting those in stock yet. The only other place I know that's had them in is Robot Kingdom. They're an overseas e-tailer, but they do have those figures in stock and have actually had them in for about a month. So if you want to order them online, you can do so. Storm Collectibles released a teaser image for their upcoming Street Fighter V Arcade Edition Chun-Li battle costume figure. And this is a very muscular looking Chun-Li. I remember when I saw this figure at San Diego Comic-Con, I don't know, I wasn't terribly impressed with it. I think she's pretty muscular in the game, this particular version, but I just don't really like the way it looks on the figure. I don't know. This preview image doesn't give us a full look at the figure, but again, you can see she's pretty muscular. I do think this new image does look better than what I saw at Toy Fair, but until we see more, get more images and stuff, it's really hard to say. But if you like this version of Chun-Li, then you might want to keep an eye. Still waiting for additional images and specific details and release dates and stuff, so I do expect that to be coming in probably the next week or so. And then other news from Storm Collectibles is they announced that they've got the license to do Golden Axe figures. So this is going to be the 1/12 scale. Now, no details. I'm sure they're going to do the heroes and the Death Adder villain. If you're not familiar, and I barely remember it, but Golden Axe was a game for the old Sega system, and the 16-bit system and the Sega Genesis. But it's kind of a cool game and all. So it's definitely going to hit. This is a line that I'm sure is only going to appeal to the old hardcore, people who grew up on Sega and Sega Genesis consoles and stuff. But they did announce that, and again, we don't really have any specific details or anything like that. What's the first figure they're going to do? But I'm sure we'll probably hear something by New York Comic Con time. And then the final piece of information I wanted to share with you guys is from Hasbro and the Star Wars Black Series line. So yesterday they officially announced that they're doing their very first overseas convention exclusive only figure. So it's actually a 2-pack, but this is the first time where they've actually done, they've been starting to branch out in these overseas conventions. Last year we saw them do a couple, and this year they've been doing even more. But previously, if they had exclusives, it was just offering the same San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that we had access here in this country. But this is the first time they're doing an actual exclusive just for these overseas conventions. And so it is for Star Wars, it is for the Black Series. It's a 2-pack. We actually saw images of this leak out last week, but just low grainy images. Now we're getting higher and high quality images. And so the 2-pack features Hoth Han Solo and Hoth Princess Leia. The Hoth Han Solo figure is different from the previous one we got because he's wearing a brown jacket. There's always been this debate of whether Han's jacket was brown or blue in Empire Strikes Back. In most scenes it looks like it's blue, but I think it's actually supposed to be brown. I think that's the definitive answer is it was actually a brownish color. It just looks blue, it just looked blue in the lighting and everything. But nevertheless, it's, we've seen this before. Hasbro's done both blue and brown versions before and such. So, but with this one, he doesn't have the hood. He does have a new collar. It's a soft goods fur collar. So that's different from the previous one that came with the Tauntaun. And then he's got his blaster, of course. And I believe it's a different head sculpt. I don't think it's the same head sculpt. I don't know if it's like the same head sculpt they used with the Bespin Han Solo or if it's completely new. I haven't done that close of a comparison, but definitely looks a little bit better than the head sculpt we got on the previous one. And then the Hoth Princess Leia, I think, is the same figure that we're getting in the single package. It's just that figure has not yet been released. Won't be. I don't think that one's going to be released until next year. So essentially, you'll get first access to the Hoth Princess Leia figure if you get your hands on this set. Now, the conventions that this set is going to be made available at are the MCM Comic-Con London convention, and that's in October 26th through the 28th. Also, it's going to be made available at Comic-Con Paris, which is also October 26th through the 28th. The Luca Comics and Game Convention in Italy, and that's October 31st through November 4th. And then I believe maybe limited supplies are supposed to be made available at the Norris Force Con in Germany, and that's from September 21st through 23rd. Now, that one I'm a little unsure of because that convention is actually the first I'm hearing Hasbro even having any kind of presence at, so I don't know, and the indications might be limited or sold, it's being sold through a third party or something like that. So I don't know, if you live in Germany, you might want to, wherever you sign up for that convention, look for more details on it for that. But those are the conventions that the set is being listed as being offered at. Now, I reached out to Hasbro yesterday to ask them if this set was going to be made available to those of us here in the United States, and they wouldn't give me a firm commitment, but they basically indicated that select e-tailers might be carrying it, or they might have a certain number made available on Hasbro Toy Shop. Again, they didn't give me a 100% confirmation. They said possible, essentially, but which to me means that the likelihood is almost 100%, maybe not quite 100%, but pretty close. If they weren't making any real plans to offer these to those of us here in the United States, they would have just said no. So the fact that they're even saying possible says to me that the very strong likelihood that these will at some point be made available to us here in the United States. Also, the set comes with pretty cool packaging. It recreates the hallway and the Hoth base from Empire Strikes Back, where you see Han and Leia kind of squabbling. Now, the price is listed for those of you overseas as $49.99. I don't know if it does end up getting released here in the United States, how much it'll exactly be, but probably around $50 US dollars, somewhere in that neighborhood, I would guess. Okay, so that's it for today. Now, just for a couple quick updates, I talked about, I think it was last week, I talked about getting those Marvel Legend waves from Hasbro that I was going to be giving away. I am going to be giving those away. Just to recap, it's the wave with the new Venom wave, the second Deadpool wave, and the Spider-Man wave with the Doc Ock figure. So I'm going to be giving those away. I believe I'm going to be doing a contest to give those away on the Marvelous News message boards. So if you haven't already, you should check those out. Go on and register for an account there. Even without the contest, I hope you check it out. It's a great community for Marvel fans and everything to talk about your favorite Marvel Legends, movies, and all that. You know, also to get news updates and things like that. So I will put a link to that in the video description. I've got some single pack figures, some cool ones like Doc Ock and stuff, which I'm also going to try and give away, which I will do here on YouTube. I don't have the details, but I am going to keep it simple. It's not going to be like, you know, where you got to write down codes and stuff like that like I've done before, which hopefully you had fun with. But again, I am going to keep it simple, and I will be giving some cool stuff here on YouTube as well. But definitely for those 3 waves, if you want to try and get them, be sure to stay tuned to the Marvelous News message boards. And again, I'll put a link to those in the video description. Also, I still got those Multiverse Aquaman movie figures that I'm going to be reviewing. The first wave of Aquaman movie figures, which is just 4 figures in the Collect and Connect. I am going to be doing a video review as well as a written review, and I'm shooting to have that up on Monday. So I'm doing it as just one review. I'm not going to break them up into individual reviews, but I will do a video review here on YouTube. And again, I'm hoping to have that up on Monday, so hopefully you will check that out. So that's it for today. Let me know what you think about everything I talked about today. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that button down below. You should also hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to all of those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.